Welcome back, folks, to another rebuild, and we're going to go off to Austria, a country I've not managed any team in there so far. A comment not so long ago suggested RB Salzburg with a lot of youth players in there, some really good ones, and to see how far we can take them. They have lost their mantle at the top of the Austrian Bundesliga. They lost to Sturm Graz by 2 points. Whereas the previous 10, 11, 12 seasons, they've won it every season. So this is kind of a first for them for quite a while. However, in this rebuild, apart from winning the league back, we are going to try and get them to a European final and possible European victory. They did reach a UEFA Cup final back in 1994 where they lost to Inter Milan over the two legs, 1-0 in each leg. But they have recently been in the Champions League as well, but only progressing past the group stage once, I think, as well. So despite having all these titles in the bag, they've not done so well in Europe. So that's where we're going to come in and hopefully remedy that. And if we have a look at their best 11, that's what it looks like. And if they're all young, that looks pretty decent. Sign players under the age of 22 for the future. Develop players using the youth system. Sign players under the age of 20 for the first team. Say what? Do not sign players over the age of 28. Are we signing players under 20 or under 28? That's going to get a little bit confusing. We may need some experienced players if they're all 20 and under though. Maintain the best youth system in the country. Maintain Premier Division's best youth system and work within the budgets. Win the division, challenge for the FA Cup, and be competitive in the Champions League. So finances first, and for authenticity, that somebody in the comments has mentioned, why do I play in pounds when I go and play in different countries? I've never really noticed it, to be perfectly honest. So if you're all in agreement, we may start changing the currency going forward, just to add that bit of authenticity to the game as well. But yeah, 13.7 million euros. They have got 138.5 in the bank though. Wow, that's an incredible amount of money. Any debts? They have got £58 million of debts though, which is payable 600,000 a month, which will be over in 30-31. Squad wise, let's just have a look at just the ages of the squad. I mean, there are a couple of older players, but there's only 3 over 27. Wow. Schlager, the goalkeeper. We've got Timo Horn, another goalkeeper, 30 years old. So 2 very decent goalkeepers. And Andreas Ulmer, 37-year-old wing back, left midfield. Again, looks pretty good. Has he been playing an awful lot? He still looks solid though for a left back. Wow. We have got some other players that can play there as well. He has been playing consistently for a very long time. Wow, that is incredible. But he is retiring at the end of this season. The youngest players though, wow, there's a lot of 19-year-olds. I can see why they want to sign under 20-year-olds. Let's have a look at some of the better players then. So we've got Pavlovic, 22-year-old centre-back. Wow. Up to £44 million though. Not bad at all, 22. We've got Terzic. Yeah, he's going to take over that left-hand side, I think, quite easily. Very good stats on him. We've also got Solet. Another centre-back, can play DM as well. Bidstrup, 22-year-old midfielder, or DM. Okay, do they play with a DM as well? Capaldo. Very nice midfielder, wow. I've got Ulmer, who's the 37-year-old. Ratkov. Again, another decent player with high potential as well. Striker. Has he played 35 games in Serbia? 13 goals. Could be half decent. They did sign him for £4.5 million. Semic, and again, another striker. High potential. Looks pretty decent. It's Croatian. He has been out on loan. Oh, he had a good season at Liefering. 19 and 24. Maybe stick him in as well. Wow. Danny Luic, right back. Again, I mean, can we recall these players back? We have got Dedic that can play there as well. Our staffing situation. Yeah, the recruitment team definitely needs work on, but they seem to be okay in the training department, so that's fine also. I think that's our second squad, actually. I think that could be our second team. How did I not know that? Well, I do apologise. I'm sure you'll all be shouting at me in the comments. It's your second team, you fool. I can see that now. Okay, we have got some very, very good players here. Why are you in the second team? We could make use of some of these guys here. Under 18s. I mean, there's a lot of players with high potential. In fact, was that the under 18s? And this is our... Yeah, I think we've took our players out from the youngsters. Jano as well. Wow, they have got some very, very good high potential players though. That's good to see. So our squad is looking very big. A lot of players out on loan. Brempt as well, right back. Why is he out? You will get some game time. Okay, so we've got a little bit of sorting out to do. We have got 13 million euros to spend as well. We need to look at our formation as well and slot some of these players in, and then we shall be right back. So there's something I've not really done in a long time is I didn't buy anybody and I didn't sell anybody. In fact, I'm very happy with the squad that we have got. If we look at it now, it's just a superb squad. There's only the goalkeeping situation that we may need to look at, but I don't think that's worrying at all at the moment. We've only got a few players over 27 and everybody else got amples of potential, so we don't really need to have anybody in. The formation, I've decided to go with a 4-3-3 narrow. We have got wingers, but to be perfectly honest, we've got better midfielders and DMs and cams, and we've got a few strikers as well, and I want to utilise them. So we've kept our wingers just in case this doesn't work and we have to go to wingers next season, but I think we'll give it a go this season, see how it goes, and if it goes really well, then unfortunately we will have to offload our wingers. So if we pick our best 11, this is what it comes up with. Fernando Simic up front, we've got Glako, Camrol, Susic, Capaldo, Bistrup, we've got Didic, Pavlovic, Solet, Brempt and Schlager in goal. It's a very, very solid side. Needless to say, our fixtures has gone pretty well. We did start the season early at the end of July. We did have a game in the Austrian FA Cup first round. We won that 6-0. Then we played Sturm Graz, our closest rivals really, who won the league in 2024. Of which we're going to try and grab it back this season. But 1-0. Then we drew with Tyrol 2-2. Then had a couple of wins with 5-1, 3-0, 3-1 and a 2-0. And the Champions League, this is our group. We've got Sevilla, Leipzig and Antwerp. So two Red Bull clubs clashing against each other. We're currently top of the table. Unbeaten, 16 points. And Sturm Graz are bottom. Goodness gracious. What on earth? We've taken a 12-point lead over them already, and we've drawn Amstetten in the next round of the FA Cup as well. So without any further ado, let's see if we can win the division, win the FA Cup, and see how far we get in the Champions League, because that's really what we're interested in. So season 1 is over. However, doesn't stop here though. So we did win the initial 22 games before the league splits into two between Championship and relegation leagues. But at this point, the points are halved as I understand it. So we are finishing top, losing just the one game against Austria Lustenu, who finished 9th position. But 53 goals scored, 13 against, which is absolutely phenomenal when you look at everybody else. And we won it by a convincing 10 points. Then the fun begins. So if we go into the Championship group, teams start with all the league records along with 50% of the points from the main league stage. So we stood in very good chance anyway. In the end, we finished with 51 points because of the 57 that was halved, and then the additional 10 games that we played. We lost one more game against Sturm Graz this time, but it looks like we played everybody twice again, and we just pounded them again. 19 goals conceded when you think we only conceded, was it 13 previously, which is amazing. Simic is the leading goal scorer with 25. Didic, he gets the best player in the league, with Jogard getting amongst there as well. Sucic and Didic, most assists for the team. Didic and Jekard again. This time with most player of the match was Schlager with most clean sheets as well, which is not surprising considering how many we conceded. So if we look how well we did then, so that one loss coming at the beginning of December, but other than that, we kind of destroyed everybody in this league in the end, whether it being by the odd goal or by a few, but we didn't concede many at all as we scroll on down. So here's the Championship group. We only drew 2 games, dropped 4 points against Lask and Rapid. Other than that, we did beat everybody. Sturm Graz we beat 4-0 at home. That is superb. We must have played them again, surely. Oh, there we did. We lost to them 2-1 there, so that was the other game we lost. But other than that, again, didn't concede many goals. 6 goals in total. The Champions League, however, we'll jump to that one straight away. We did get knocked out at the group stage, but because we haven't gone into the new groupings, I think that's next season, we fall into the Europa League, of which we lost out in the round of 16 to Brighton. So we beat Sevilla and Antwerp, drew with Antwerp and Leipzig, and lost to Leipzig and Sevilla. So quite close between ourselves and Leipzig though, really, to be fair. But the round of 16 to Brighton, we lost 4-3. 3-3 second leg draw helped Brighton go through. So who went on and won it in the end? PSG. What are PSG doing in the Europa League? That's something that will not happen next season if you are in the Europa League. You drop out and you are out. The FA Cup, we got to the quarterfinals, losing to Rapid 1-0 after extra time. Disappointing not to come away with victory here, but Lask, Rapid, Lustino and Austria Vienna all going through. No Sturm Graz either. If we have a look at the final there, it was Vienna beating Rapid 3-1 in the end. Team news though, 33 goals for Simic though in 42. Superb for the 20-year-old. 15-5 for Kanate, 13-4 for Jergard as well, 14 assists for Sucic, 10 for Capaldo, 11 for Glack, 11 for Didic as well, and we also get Tarzic as well, 11 assists, and 37 conceded in 46 for our goalkeeper Schlager with 23 clean sheets. There's no reason to change some of these players. We will have the hunt around, obviously. But I think with the age of these players, can we win them a European title? Maybe. So going into next season, 42 million euros. I'm sure we can come up with something. At least 1 or 2 players that are probably world class at this stage. So as mentioned last season, that if we were not going to be using wingers, we would offload the ones that we have got. And we have finally let go of, if I just put this in order, we've got Diambo and Neen, they've both gone, and Forza as well, I believe. I'm sure he went, unless he's gone out on loan somewhere. But we decided to let some of them go and try and cash in on them as much as possible as well. Melberg, he's gone to Manchester United as well. 17-year-old from our youth side. Decided to want to pay 4 million. I couldn't see really anything in there, but 13 million pounds brought in. And I think majority of that is from the loan money as well. However, we did splash out on a new goalkeeper, Marco Conisetti, Italian 24-year-old, looks absolutely superb and fits well within the parameters of the side, I think. Granted, not under 20. However, find an under 20-year-old goalkeeper with them stats, I don't think you're going to get that. Well ahead of Schlager, who we are going to offload at some point, probably next season. And then another goalkeeper brought in from the youth squad, Mantle, from Copenhagen for £28 million, 21-year-old Elias Jalhert. Again, looks absolutely superb. We have got Didic, but he's taken him over in that position, and we wanted a complete wing back to support and probably attack as well, and he has got all that sort of traits as well. He gets forward whenever possible and can cut inside both wings, so we can use him going forward, so that's going to be quite handy for us. So if we pick our best 11, currently it's Simic, Kanate, we've got Kajargard, Sucic, Capaldo, Bilstrup, Jalhert, Salet, Pavlovic, Terzic and Conisetti as well. So our 2 new signings are coming straight in. Apart from our game against our second team, I really don't know what's happened there. We've smashed everybody. We've gone on a rampage. We've won all our games. I think that's 10 games won on the bounce, including a 4-0 win in the FA Cup first round, and then 6 on the bounce in the league, as you can see there, with a 6-1 victory over Altach there, and Lask being the last team to be beaten 2-0. The Champions League, we have been drawn against Feyenoord, Vigo, PSV, Liverpool, AZ, not quite sure who these are, and Othosi, they are from Cyprus, wow, and Juventus and Napoli. So if we do get knocked out in the group stage, we will go out of Europe altogether. So we want to try and progress as far as possible. Let's hopefully we can make it out the group stage this time. Sitting top of the table, 2 points clear of Rapid and Sturm Graz, and we are predicted to finish 18th actually, so that's a good sign so far. And we have been drawn against Grazer in the next round of the FA Cup as well. So without any further ado, let's jump into season 2 and see how far we can get in the Champions League this time round. So before the season splits off into the Championship and relegation, we do win the league once again. Well, we're sitting pretty at the top. 5 points clear of Rapid though. Very, very close. But we only conceded 13 goals this season for this part and score 74, which is huge. But as we go into the Championship group, we destroy everybody. Rapid still finished second, but they finish 14 in the end points behind us. We accumulate 108 goals and only concede 22. That's just incredible. We are just literally destroying each season, but we know it all counts for nothing if we do not win any European glory. So let's see how well we've done. But before we do, Kanate and Simic, leading goal scorers, superb. We dominate the best players, assists. Even our goalkeeper gets 16 clean sheets. I think he's been a superb by Carnicetti, and we also dominate almost the player of the match awards as well. Looking at the league, we did lose 2 games off the bat, Sturm Graz and Lusteno. 2-1 each, but then we batter Rapid 6-1, and we batter some of Altac there 6-1 as well. 5-0 against Hartberg, 7-2 against Horn. We have destroyed teams this season quite convincingly, a lot better than last. I mean, we only conceded 1 goal there in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 games. I mean, it's just incredible. The Championship group where we get split off, we beat Rapid there 3-0, Sturm Graz 3-1, 7-0 against Austria Vienna, 6-0 against Sturm Graz. Sturm Graz don't seem to be able to handle us at all now. But of course, the Champions League is what we're really interested in, and we get knocked out in the round of 16. We get that far at least anyway, which is superb. But we lost 5-4 to Benfica. The knockout round, we did play Rijeka, and we battered them 4-0, which meant we came in the 16th position, which isn't too bad. 5 victories. Juventus we beat, Norfosi, AZ, Vigo, Feyenoord. Very, very good victories they were. We did lose to Napoli, Liverpool and PSV, which you probably would expect, but I'm overall really happy with that. 9 goals scored, 7 against, which isn't too bad, and we're only 2 points off a top 8 finish. It was Tottenham that finished unbeaten, the only team to do so, and the final, Tottenham did get there, but they lost to Liverpool 4-2. The FA Cup though, 3rd round loss again on penalties. I mean, we just don't seem to be getting very, very far in this competition at all. Squad wise, how did our lads do? 35 goals and 8 for Kanate, Simic 26 and 7, 16 and 11 for Glauc as well, who seems to have dropped off tremendously. I think we are going to have to think about replacing him. He's just not improving at all. I'm very disappointed, it has to be said, so we'll have to go on the hunt for a cam player. 13 and 11 for Capaldo, 8 and 4, 8 and 11 there for Sucic. Fernando with the 8 and 4, sorry. 12 assists for Didic. Yellow though, 24 assists from the right back position. That is tremendous. And Carnicetti as well, 34 conceding and 47 with 23 clean sheets. That's not bad going at all. A couple of injuries though, but I'm sure we can get a little bit better as we progress through the seasons as we concentrate on Champions League. But going into next season, wow, a massive £78 million. That could seriously do some damage. So we managed to bring in an additional €6 million through the sale of Forzen, who goes to Austria Vienna, as well as Kamil Patkovsky, up to 2.6 and 4.3 million. Nearly €7 million between the pair of them. Brentford have picked up Schlager for up to 1.2, and then we lose a couple on a free and a few out on loan, including Timo Horn. So which helped fund our transfers, of which we did go on a little bit of a spending spree. From Braga we pick up Sikau Nikate, and from Freiburg Kilian Sildilia for a combined total of about 57 million. Also from Borussia Mönchengladbach we bring in Manu Kone to sit as a DM. He can also play in midfield, which is going to be quite handy, but mainly just for the DM role, for about £17 million. And finally for £12 million from PSV, Isaac Babadi, to play as a cam player. There was no cheap cam players out there that we could bring in. We have got Jugard and we have got Glauc. We'll see who comes out on top. We're going to give Babadi the chance to roam this season. We're going to lock him into that position, see if he improves. He's got potential to do it. Oscar's had his chance. He hasn't took it, I'm afraid. So as you can see, Babadi and Coney, we have locked them two in. Because if we pick our best 11, Coney moves into the midfield and Jugard comes into the cam position himself. But I'm very happy with the results we've had so far. Forgetting the friendlies, because we've just smashed everybody. The Austrian FA Cup first round, we win that 3-0. Then we smash Horn 7-0 the first game of the season. And then we'll beat Austria Vienna, Altach, Austria Klagenfurt, Reed and Linz as well, without conceding a goal. The Champions League, we have been drawn against Galatasaray, PSG, Napoli, PAOK, Juventus, Liverpool, Rangers and Lyon. It's going to be tough, but I am hopeful we can progress to the knockout rounds. We are lying top of the table, 6 for 6, same with Rapid actually, but we've got a superior goal difference as you can see. Looks like we are predicted 18th and Leipzig 17th, and we have been drawn against Steaua in the next round of the FA Cup. So let's jump into our third season and see if we can go a little bit further in the Champions League. Well, for the first part of the season, we finished top of the table quite convincingly, actually 14 points clear of second place Rapid with 77 goals scored and only 8 conceded. 8! My God, that is absolutely massive. A 69 goal difference. I mean, that is just ludicrous. And getting into the championship, it's just a shame that we have to halve the points. But we scored 118 goals in the end, 18 conceded. 100 goal difference with 55 points, finishing 12 points ahead of Rapid. Just the 2 losses. I mean, we dominated this division yet again. And Canate, 19. Just 19 out of the 118 goals scored. It must have been shared a lot because Susic got 17, so not massively a lot. We dominated the best players, the assists, the player of the matches, and Carnicetti, 20 clean sheets, massive. So we go on a win rampage, not conceding many goals, and the loss came to Sturm Graz in February. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 games without conceding a goal before Austria Lustenu scored against us. I mean, we lost to Wolfsburger there, but we battered them 5-1 away from home. So God knows what happened this time around, but we had a 7-1 victory over Rapid though, 6-0 over Klagenfurt, 7-1 against Wolfsburger. So that loss was very out of character. Whether we had injuries, I don't know, but yeah, we kind of struggled there a bit. Lask we beat 6-0, 4-0, 4-0. We kind of battered them this season. Oh, and just a 1-0 earlier on in the season. But that is a welcome sight indeed. It would be nice to go an unbeaten season, but we still got 2 seasons where we can actually do that. We do, however, get to the final of the FA Cup, winning it 2-0 against Grazer with Bidstrup getting the first goal. And then I think it's Sucic with finishing it off with an excellent goal as well. There he goes. Couldn't miss from there. So nice to win the FA Cup finally. It's been on the cards for a while, so league and cup double. The Champions League, we got all the way to the semi-final. Wow. Losing to Liverpool 6-4. We won that second leg 4-2. 6-4 in the end. Almost going through to play PSG in the final, who incidentally beat Liverpool 3-1. So we actually didn't lose to the winners. So that's disappointing. But if we have a look at the league phase, we finished in 12th position, 5 wins. Lyon, Rangers, Juventus again. We've actually smashed Juventus. PAOK and Galatasaray. We drew with Napoli, but lost to Liverpool and PSG. 2 points off qualifying in 8th position, which Leipzig actually did. Nobody finished unbeaten. Barcelona did top the group though. The knockout round, we did play Lyon and we beat them 8-2 over the 2 legs. Wow, that's just crazy. Man United were there as well. They beat Porto. The round of 16, we played Barcelona and beat them 3-2. Oh my word, that's huge. So we are taking it up with the big boys now. Quarterfinals, we played Atletico, so another Spanish side, and we beat them 5-3. 3-2 second leg victory. Oh my word, we are putting them to bed, aren't we? Before losing to Liverpool But we did win the second leg 4-2, so we can take it with the big boys now, I feel. So overall, competition-wise, we've done well. League and Cup double and the semi-final in the Champions League. I don't think we can ask more for that at this minute in time. But goals, it has been coming from every corner of the pitch, really. 33 and 17 for Konate. Susic, 26 and 24. These lads, I mean, he's had 50 goal contributions. Konate, 50 goal contributions. 23 and 2 for Fernando. 22 and 20 for Babadi. That's what I wanted from a CAM player. Absolutely superb. 12 and 6 from Simic. Bit disappointed from our second striker though. So maybe we start looking elsewhere for another one possibly to partner Konate. Kone, how did he do? 12 and 13. Superb from the DM position. He did better than our striker. 21 assists for Didic as well. 15 for Jala, who's took an injury. 48 conceded in 54 with 23 clean sheets for our goalkeeper as well. There's quite a few players that didn't get some game time either. Depending on what money we get for the summer transfers, which we'll have a look now, will depend on who we can actually go for. 89, nearly 90 million euros to spend. And our wages budget, I've just noticed, it's literally doubled. Goodness me, we have got 182 million euros in the bank though. That is crazy. We say goodbye to a couple of players. Glauc has gone to Freiburg for £10 million. We also lose Brem to Sturm Graz for up to 4 million euros. And Timo Horn has also gone. He's gone to Salzburg for up to 1.5 million euros. Which added a little bit of spending money. We adjusted the wages because we had far too much. In fact, double than what we were originally having. I think we had 1.5 million euros per week, as we were only spending around about 600,000. So yeah, a lot of adjustments were made in order to bring these next few players in. First player from Schalke for £55 million. A player I've been keeping my eyes on. We were originally going to have him for a camp position, but in fact he can actually play fantastically well in midfield, and we bring in Asan Odrogo. Very, very good indeed. He only came to us as a 3-star player, and already he's improved one hell of a lot. 4 goals in 6 games. Superb. From Bayern Munich for £28 million, we bring in another striker, one with a lot of potential. Yana Kusi Asari. Doesn't look that much, but he's 19 years old. His media description is a wonder kid. He's scored 2 goals for us already, and again, improving all the time. And finally, for €54 million from Udinese, we bring in Simeone Pafundi as a cam, not a winger, because obviously we're not using wingers, and I think he's elevated us to that next level. He's absolutely fantastic. 6 goals in 6 games. So with a lot of money spent, I've decided to lock these 3 players in because I want these guys to play. Asari, he likes to play as a target man, but I want him as a pressing forward on attack, so see how that goes. But it's obviously working because he scored 3 goals in total in all games played. But if we pick our best 11, he comes out of the equation. Pafundi's still there, and Odrogo is vanished out of there as well. So at the minute, even with that side, it looks superb. With results going our way, we've won 6 for 6 in the league. Emphatically, all of them. Sturm Graz being beaten 2-0. The only game that we've had a little bit of a test, but that's about it. We're through to the next round of the FA Cup after an 8-0 thrashing there. And the Champions League, we've got Bayern Munich, Fenerbahce, we've got Bologna, PSV, Benfica, Arsenal, St. Gallen and Monaco. And with that 6 out of 6, we are top of the table, 5 points clear with a massive goal difference. And look at the predictions for the Champions League. We're predicted, I think, to finish inside the top 8, which is fantastic. So let's jump into our 4th season and let's see if we can capitalise on the semi-final last season in the Champions League and get ourselves to the final. Once again, we lead the table at the halfway stage, going into the championship group quite convincingly. 17 points clear of second place Rapid. Wow, Sturm Graz some way behind as well. We conceded 15 goals this season, well, for this part. Still a lot less than games played. 71 goal difference, that's just crazy. Championship group, well, 14 points winning margin. 2 losses in the end. Rapid beat us in the championship part, but again, very, very dominant. 111 goals we ended up with, and we only conceded an extra couple more. Wow, that's fantastic. But again, the league has been very, very dominant, so I'm really happy with that. And Champions League next year. And look at our youngster though, Kuzi Azari. 22, leading goal scorer. Kanate 21 behind him, and our other new signing, San. Phenomenal stuff. In fact, we've dominated literally everything here, which I'm really happy. Konisechi as well, 19 clean sheets. So in the league, apart from that loss to Austrian Vienna 4-3, we dominated, and a couple of big scores: 7-1 over Ried, 6-0 over Rapid, 5-0 over Linz, 5-0 over Sturm Graz and Hartberg as well in the championship part. But yeah, again, very dominant display in the league once more. We get to the final once again in the FA Cup, and we absolutely smash Altac, 5-0 in total. I mean, another dominant display in this competition. That's the League and Cup double for the 2nd season running. I'm just hoping we can progress past the semi-finals if we get that far in the Champions League as well, because that's really the competition we really want to win. That's the only one really the club is really missing, is the European glory. But the FA Cup, it's just crazy how well this team has been put together. They're just amazing. All a bunch of young lads as well, as we finish the route towards the end. Lovely play going forward, and Hassan, lovely finish. And Asari, leading goal scorer in this competition as well. He's phenomenal. Profunde leading assist maker, and Kansechi most clean sheets again. The Champions League, we finished in 10th position as we progressed through to the knockout round, beating St. Gallen 7-2. We thrashed Benfica 8-0, PSV 2-0 and Fenerbahce 4-0. We drew with Monaco and Arsenal. They're pretty good results as well. And we lost to Bologna and Bayern Munich. The Bologna one I'm pretty disappointed with, I'm not going to lie. But 26 goals we scored, 12 against. We are putting them away regardless where we are. We played Lazio and thrashed them in the knockout round 5-1 over the 2 legs. The round of 16, we played Tottenham. We beat them 4-2 despite losing the second leg 2-1. We even progressed to the quarter-finals and beat Real Madrid 4-3 thanks to a 2-0 second leg victory. In absolutely fantastic stuff. In the semi-final, we get to play either Barcelona, Dortmund or Arsenal. Arsenal put out Atletico Madrid 6-2. Some big Barcelona thrashed Inter 8-3. Goodness me. The semi-finals, and we beat Arsenal 2-1. Get in. We're into the final. We get to play Barcelona, who beat Dortmund 6-4 over the 2 legs. But wow, it's a big, big night wherever we go now for the final. And we get to the final, playing Barcelona, and look at the score, the top left-hand corner. We come out 3-2 winners. We've won Salzburg, their first European trophy. Can't get my words out. And what a trophy to win your first one. It's the Champions League. Literally dominated this competition, I think, as well. We've done well. We've surprised a lot of clubs. And the formation has worked really well. And the youngsters have done really well as well. They've just come up producing the goods as we get a winner towards the end. Was it an own goal? No, it was Yamal from Barcelona getting one back to make it 3-2, I think it was. As you can see there, it was Yamal. In fact, we were 3-0 up in that game. Wow. I didn't even notice that, to be fair. But 2 goals in the 56th and 59th minute for Barcelona, making it a little bit edgy towards the end. That is phenomenal. Look at that, folks. Salzburg have won the treble, the FA Cup, Champions League and the league. Sorry, leading goal scorer in the competition with 18 goals. This young lad, what a buy he has been. 19 years old. Only worth 26 million euros. You're having a laugh. I think he's worth a lot more than that. Wow. What seasons he's had in his first season. 50 and 55 with 11 assists. That's insane. So going on to the squad, 50 and 11. That is crazy for a 19-year-old. 29 and 20 for our other new signing, Hassan, as well. 27 and 10 for Kanate. He's got some real competition up there now, hasn't he? Profunde, 19 and 32 assists. Again, what I want from a CAM player. That is absolutely phenomenal. Susic as well, 14 and 8. 12 assists for Dijic. 14 for Kone. 26 assists for Jala as well. 43 conceded for Konisece with 30 clean sheets. That's got to be a club record as well. That is absolutely phenomenal stuff from the squad. There's still a few players not getting some game time. Going into next season though, 88, nearly 89 million once again going into the final season. Can we retain the treble again? So with not many outgoings at all, we do spend £75 million on Lenny Yoro. Centre-back, 21 years old, fits the bill at Salzburg superbly. And what more can I say? He's played 8 games for us already. He's playing at 7.5, looks absolutely fantastic and will be superb alongside Kylian Sedilia. We might go a season unbeaten this time in the league. That's what we're really working towards now. We've won the Champions League last season. We want to try and retain it this season. And from Ajax for £20 million, I've decided to take a gamble on this young man, Joran Bowman. He's going to play as a DM, 20 years old, bags of potential. I just want to see what he does. We have got Bidstrup as well that can play that position, Capaldi as well, with Coney in that position too. However, we've got Coney in the midfield with Asan. So that's DM role is one we was really looking for. So getting into the final season, we've locked in 3 players, and if we pick our best 11, Pavlovic comes in to play alongside Jaro, and we've got Bidstrup in here instead. But even this side looks phenomenal. We've had literally a marvellous start to the season. We have won the UEFA Super Cup, so once one European trophy comes in, the second one comes in straight after, and we beat Newcastle to do it 3-2. We are into the next round of the FA Cup after a 9-1 mauling of Wales Grino. And then the Premiership season started with a 5-1 win over Sturm Graz. Then we had a couple more wins, a 7-0 drubbing of Lask as well, which is absolutely phenomenal. So we're scoring goals once again. And then all of a sudden we had an away 1-1 draw with Horn. Very, very strange, that one. The Champions League, we have been drawn against Liverpool, Atletico Madrid, Club Brugge, Lens, PSG, Leipzig, St. Gallen and Juventus. I don't know what to make of that. I really don't. But it's a tough one to get out of. And because of the results in the league, we are top of the table on goal difference. Once more, we are predicted to finish in the top 10 in the Champions League phase. So we should be going through easily, I feel. And we've got Rottenberg in the next round of the FA Cup. So, is it possible for a quadruple this season? Guess us down in the comments below. So let's go into our final season, see if we can retain the Champions League, again retain the League and Cup double and create history once again. Season 5 comes to a close, and just before we split off into the Championship group, we finished top and we are unbeaten at this point. Phenomenal stuff. We do concede a lot of goals though, not like the 8 that we conceded a couple of seasons ago, but 64 goal difference. More interestingly, we haven't lost a game up to now. So let's see what happens when we switch over to the Championship group. And we have done it! We have had an unbeaten season in the league. That is absolutely fantastic. I don't think I've actually done this yet. I'm sure there may have been on one occasion, maybe, that I cannot put my mind to it at the minute. But with Salzburg, we have finally got an unbeaten season in the Austrian Premier Division. 27 wins, 5 draws, no losses, 114 goals, 83 goal difference. I mean, that is just superb. We have dominated this league for the past 5 seasons. And Azari, 29 goals. Kanate, 18 goals. 16 for Asan. We have dominated the top 3 for average ratings, assists, player of the matches. Even Konisece got 12 clean sheets. Wow. What happened there? And Bowman, 12 yellow cards getting, son. And he's the youngster we brought in. So if we just have a quick look through some of the results then. A 7-0 thrashing of Lask there. 5-3 over Austria Lustano. 5-2 Sturm Graz. A couple of 4-0s there. Lask again getting hammered. 7-0 against First Vienna. Then Wolfsburger 7-2. 4 and a 5. Rapid getting battered again. We have just literally swarmed over these teams apart from the odd draws, but we've finally got an unbeaten season. I'm so happy about that. We do win the FA Cup once again. Look at that, to go alongside the Super Cup and the Premier League. Who did we beat? we beat Rapid on penalties. Hassan, top goal scorer with Vasari as well. That's just, I mean, again, domination. But just to go win it on penalties, we scored all our penalties, which is good. It was a 5-4 penalty shootout. Excellent stuff. But it was a 1-1. We did go behind, surprisingly, with a 111th minute equaliser from Asari. So it was 0-0 after 90 minutes. And the Champions League, we don't win it. We don't retain it. But we did get knocked out by... In fact, we got smashed by Real Madrid 5-1. Goodness me. Arsenal go through. Liverpool smash AC Milan 8-2. Who went on won it in the end? Arsenal beat Inter. Wow, I didn't see that coming at all. Semi-finals. Real Madrid lost to Inter and Arsenal beat Liverpool. The league phase, we did finish in 7th position. 5 wins. Juventus, St. Gallen 11-0, sorry. Lens, Atletico and Liverpool we beat. Drew Leipzig and Club Brugge and lost to PSG. We didn't go through the knockout round. Round of 16 we battered Villa 7-1. That's incredible. And then we just get beaten there, yeah. Well, not got beat, we got hammered. That's disappointing. Not to retain it, but even so, to win the FA Cup, the Super Cup and the league, but to go through the league unbeaten, that's a monumental statement, that is. A last look at the squad. We'll go by goals. 50 and 11 for Asari. He's just absolutely incredible. 20 years old now. Only worth 41 million. Progress, we'll just have a quick look at that as well. Yeah, I mean, he's just... he's definitely somebody I would look in future rebuilds, that's for sure. Hassan as well, 32 and 22. Konate, 31 and 8. Perfunde, 15, 25. 15 and 17 for Kone. 25 assists for Jalo. 15 for Didic. 11 for Bidstrup as well, actually. And what about our young Bowman that we did play in 35 games, 11 assists. That's not bad. And Carnicetti, 27 years old now, seems to be dropping off a little bit, but 50 goals conceded in 51, 19 clean sheets. Not as good as the previous seasons, it has to be said. Finances are looking good again, only 60 million euros this time. Staffing, that's how I would expect it to go. We haven't even got a full complement of recruitment staff, but we're still the best. And just before we go as well, we shall have a look at the records, see if we broke anything. We must have broken something, an unbeaten season maybe. Most league wins in the season, 28. Oh, we didn't do it in the last season actually. Fewest league defeats in the season, we have got that record. Most league goals, 118, we've got that one as well. Highest gate receipts, the 1 million euros against Liverpool in the Champions League. The 12-0 over Electra in 2028. Austrian FA Cup semi-final. 12-0 in the semi-final. That's just insane. 50 goals by Asari in the last season. Highest average rating, Asari. Most assists by player in the season is Perfunde, 32. Carnicetti, 30 clean sheets. 12 player of the match awards for Jala as well. I mean, we have broken some. Most wins in a row, 15. And most matches without conceding, 8. And the highest transfer fee paid was the 75 million euros for Euro from Lille. Overall, I think it's been an absolute successful season. Absolutely enjoyed it. We've won ourselves our first European glory, and what a competition to win as well, the Champions League, which is absolutely phenomenal stuff. Dominate the league. We started to dominate the FA Cup as well. And we've won 2 European trophies actually as well, the Super Cup. So we've waited a long time for it and 2 come along just like that. Absolutely superb. Let me know down in the comments below if you enjoy this video. Smash that like button as well. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. And until the next rebuild, thank you very much for watching. Thank you.